So if you are a new social media marketing agency owner, or you just haven't started yet because you don't know how to master the sales side of the equation, this is for you. When I first started an agency, I was completely scared of the whole sales process. I was completely not confident in my ability to do a sales call, even though I knew it was something I would have to get good at if I wanted to succeed. I would dread sales calls the night before, the morning, and 10 minutes before the call as well. And when I stood back and looked at it, I just realized that I was making these 3 key mistakes over and over again, and I was ultimately just holding myself back by doing these mistakes over and over again. So what happened to me? Well, I ultimately got no clients until I started to master this process and just become a little bit more confident with it. Suddenly I realized that sales could actually be a lot easier than I thought it was. I realized that instead of being this big scary process, it ultimately came down to just having a conversation with a person who has a problem with their marketing and me just coming in and providing and offering a solution to that. I realized that if someone is struggling with their marketing, it's my job to come in, provide them with that solution and sell myself to them because I can help them get better. So without further ado, let's get into the 3 key things that held me back and the 3 mistakes that nearly every new social media marketing agency owner makes on sales calls. So number 1 is waiting to speak instead of actually listening to the person. When you are on a sales call, you need to listen, and you need to listen very closely. Every problem they tell you or everything that annoys them or that they're unhappy with is a potential problem that you can solve with your agency. When your potential client is talking, it is your job to listen. So many times new agency owners get on the phone and they're just waiting to speak. The person speaking, they're not really listening, they're not even taking notes, and they're just waiting for their opportunity to come in and be like, hey, I'm going to get you some Facebook ads and you're going to get crazy results. It's not really how it works. You have to listen to what they say, listen to their problems, and diagnose their problems with your exact solution. You don't just give them a solution, you give them a solution that is perfect for their problem. And this leads me on to point 2. That is forgetting to actually diagnose their problem with your solution. So when a business owner opens up to you and explains that they're having a problem and they explain what it actually is that's causing this problem, it's your job to comfort them and show them how you can help them get over that. By comforting them and showing them how you've helped others get over the same problem, they're going to feel very akin to you. Again, let me just emphasize here that you are not diagnosing a problem with a solution. You're diagnosing their problem with your solution. And the 3rd biggest mistake that new agency owners make on their sales call is letting the person go away to think about it. So this happens all the time. It happens to me all the time. And it's definitely something that's difficult to navigate when you're getting started. So the next time you're on a call and someone says, hey, look, I like what you're saying, but ultimately I've got to think about it. I've got to discuss this with my partner, with my wife, or with someone else. When they say that to you, your automatic response is probably going to be, hey, no worries, shoot me back an email and we'll talk again. But ultimately, most times they're never going to come back. So what you can start doing in this situation, if it feels right, and if you feel like that, you have a bit of rapport and respect with the person, you can say to them, hey, look, just tell me what you need to think about and let me know what I can do to make this decision easier for you. I'll help you get to a clear yes or a clear no. You just got to help me along the way. You may have noticed right there that I actually said that you would help them get to a clear answer, even if it's a no. And the reason there is that you actually want them to say no if they're not interested. You don't want them to say, hey, email me back in a week and we'll maybe talk about it again. You want to be really clear. Are they interested? Do they have the funds to do this? Or are they not? If they're not, that's good. You can just ignore that then. You can move on to the next person, and you can bid them farewell. At least they know what you do for the future. And we just want to emphasize that this happens to me too. Any agency owner or person who does sales and has a bit of success is going to have these things come up with them. And these things are not something you just solve once and they never come back. They're things that always creep up. I get on a call probably once a week or twice a week where I still get that answer from people. I need to think about it. Now, sometimes it's actually valid. They have a business partner or they're maybe the CMO of a big team or a big company and they actually do need to discuss it with like 3 other people. In that case, the worst thing for you to do would be to push really, really hard. We've had a lot of clients come to us even after saying, hey, I got to think about it, and coming back because they have had to actually think about it. They've gone, talked with their team, talked with their marketing manager or whoever it is, and then they've come back. So what you can do now is you can put a focus on these 3 mistakes, write them down, and when you have your script open when you're doing a sales call, put these 3 items down in your list so when they come up, you know how to respond to them and you know how to overcome them. So your focus should be to try and avoid these, or at least just come over these and make them just fall a little bit easier, because sales can be tricky, and like I said, it doesn't have to be as complicated as you think. So if you're still here, I just want to say to you that if you are a new SMMA owner, social media marketing agency owner, or you're thinking about just getting started, or you have even 1 or 2 clients, let me just say this: I can help you consistently book in more calls and more clients into your agency with my help. If you feel like you need a helping hand, DM me on Instagram. My username is in the description of this video. So I'm looking for a few people who are just getting started with social media marketing and just want to get their first few clients, but I'm also looking for a few people who have a couple clients but need to basically ramp up what they're doing and get way more clients in. So DM me on Instagram and let me know where you are in your agency journey, and I will speak to you soon. And if you don't have the time to speak with me directly, or you think you could just get value from the email scripts that I use to send to potential clients and what I use in my sales process, click the link down below and you will see that I have a guide, the 6-figure roadmap, that teaches you how to start and launch a profitable, successful agency, and you can get $10 off with the coupon code in the description.